You right guys, how are we all doing? It's Andy here from Peninsula Painting Projects and welcome back. Now, are you guys a little bit like me, a little bit crazy? When I went into WH Smith's before and when I purchased my issue of Conquest, issue 12, I got a feeling of happiness and a sense of nostalgia. It's weird, I can't explain it, but I'm sure we all go through it when we go shopping and when we buy Warhammer. I'm sure there's shop addicts online who go and buy random stuff off eBay which don't relate to the hobby, you know, like our wives, our girlfriends, or husbands and partners, if you're female, or even if you're male. But when I went out and bought these, I don't know what it is. I felt happy. I've had a bit of a bad week this week and last week, even though I had the delivery of my son. He's in the hospital at the moment. A little bit poorly, but he's getting better. So yeah, buying these have made me happy. So in this video, we're going to unbox issue 12 of the Warhammer Conquest magazine. We're going to have a little look at it. I'm going to tell you how much money you're saving. If you want to see more videos like this, guys, don't forget to subscribe and keep up to date with this. I am committing myself to the 80-week Conquest subscription. Unsure whether I'll stay subscribed, but I'm definitely going to be purchasing these magazines each week. I want to collect the whole set and I want all the scenery out of this as well. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring my bell and leave a comment. See you in a minute, Tra. Guys, how are we all doing? So let's get this packaging off this magazine and let's have a little look what's inside. Don't want to damage the magazine. Even though some people aren't interested in the magazine, I still am. So we get a 12-inch measuring like tape ruler thing here. So, you know, flexible plastic, which I think these are pretty cool, to be honest. I've got loads where in the past I bought the starter box sets, No Fear and Dark Imperium, and I think they're great because you could probably use this in Kill Team as well, couldn't you? Or any other skirmish game as well. So put that to one side, you get that for free, probably worth at least £1, isn't it guys? Put that to one side. We will have a look at the magazine in a minute, but as we all know, £7.99 per week. It's released every week on a Wednesday. Some shops sell it a little bit earlier, some shops don't, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. Put that to one side. We have got a 40mm base. I think it's like a Terminator style base, which is pretty cool. Then we've got the actual model itself. Now, this guy retails RRP from Games Workshop at £15. We buy him at £7.99, so we're saving £7 and a penny, which my maths may be a little bit inferior, but I think it's about 40–45% off of the recommended retail price, which I think is very good, to be honest. I've gone and bought 2 of them. One for my Conquest Death Guard army and one for my original Death Guard army that I started when I bought Dark Imperium. So yeah, like I said, it's about 40–45% off recommended retail price. Now look how detailed this miniature is. I hope the lighting's okay and good enough for you to see this, but look at the detail on the body, on that face there, little skull there, on his grenade. We've got a little Nurgling here. We've got a little Nurgling here with another grenade. Blight grenade, I think that is. I just love the detail in these new Death Guard miniatures. I think they're fantastic. Games Workshop is doing a great job with these. I'm so happy that they actually, you know, wanted to improve this and chose this Chaos Army to be the main army in the Dark Imperium set and in the current storyline. So that's the miniature there. I would probably advise people to buy at least 2 of these, to be honest, because they do have some great rules once you start playing the game. So Death Guard players should probably buy at least 2 of these and use them within the army. So let's go and have a look at the magazine, see what that's all about. Hopefully it tells us a bit more about this miniature, and hopefully it tells us about the special rules as well. I'm you know, unsure whether it will do, but let's just hope they do. So we'll put this to one side, and here's the magazine. So as we can see in this magazine, issue 12, we're getting the Foul Blightspawn, which you've just seen, Death Guard war gear, detailed build and painting guide, which it's similar to the previous ones. So we've got information about the Foul Blightspawn from the Death Guard army. He's a character infantry. I think he belongs in the elite section. Is this like a bit too... yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? He's a grenadier and alchemist. He's obviously a designation of Foul Blightspawn, weaponry, blight grenades, cracker grenades, and a plague sprayer, which is quite interesting. So we've got some painted miniatures here by probably the heavy metal team. That's a bit similar to my colour scheme, isn't it? I love that colour scheme. It's 30k-esque, isn't it? And then we've got the current colour scheme here, which I think looks... I like that as well. I wanted to go more towards this. So more information here about the Death Guard Blightspawn, all here. Yeah, here's a little bit of information here. Noxious Broom. The Foul Blightspawn sees their enemies as little more than a test subject on which to experiment with their latest poisonous brews. It's cool, that, isn't it? Then we got some information about the blight grenades. That's what they look like. A bit, you know, how they work. The biologist putrefier here, which that's a grenade as well. That's pretty cool. Death heads as well. I think they can use them once per game. I think they can, you know. And then the grenadiers, so a bit more information there. And then here's the colours, different colours of contagion. So if you don't really want to do yours in the Death Guard green, if you don't want to do them in the bone colour like the 30KS colours, you can choose a different colour here. Which, if anyone's doing that, please let me know what your colour scheme is. I'm really interested to find out. Here's some more. Here's some backup here. So we've got some, what they called Blight Lord Terminators, and there's some of the multi-part, multi-pose Plague Marines there. Icons of Nurgle, so some more characters and more infantry units here. Some vehicles there. Here's the different symbols. So we've got the Tri-Skull icon there, Tri-Lobe icons, and the Legion symbol. And there's some other icons. You know what? Actually, this issue 12 is actually quite informative. They should have put most of this, I reckon, in the previous one, to be honest, because the information, this information should have been there in the beginning, I think. But I'm happy with this up to now. I think that's cool. Can't wait to go back and read this once this video's over. I always like to learn new stuff about different armies and about the hobby that I love. So how to put them together, this is what the sprue looks like. I've just showed you on the sprue. And it tells you how to clip it off, how to assemble it, how to paint it. Oh, they're telling you to do the vial inside all black and stuff. That's interesting. Retributor armor for all the gold parts. We'll just have a little look over this. Sorry guys, I should really look at this beforehand, but you know, I like to open it up on camera and, you know, do a first impression type of thing. Yeah, so it's telling you to do sort of like a pin wash on the metallic shade there for the null oil, or Nuln oil, however you pronounce it. That's very good. I was telling you to paint the Nurgling and his tentacles in the Bugman's Glow. That's interesting. I personally wouldn't have done that. I wonder if they're going to do like a green wash over that at a later date. Quite interested to find that out. Yeah, because I reckon they'll probably do a green wash over that at a later date, and his tentacles maybe a purple wash. So we never know, we might get in the future. Spread the blight. So this is a mission here. So we've got a blight, Foul Blightspawn versus 3 intercessors, 3 what are they called? Reavers, and we've got the lieutenant there, or lieutenant, whichever one way you want to say it. So we've got the missions here. We've got his characteristics here. So he's a 3-up ballistic skill, 3-up weapon skill, which is very good. His strength of shooting is 2d6. His strength in close combat is a 4. His attacks in close combat is 1, which is a bit poor, but I don't really think he's for close combat. I think he's more for shooting distance. He's got toughness 5, 3 up normal save, 5 up and vulnerable save, which is great. All Death Guard get that. It's a special rule. I can't remember what it's called. That's what it's called. It's called Disgustingly Resilient. Can't get me words out today, guys. And as you know, we know about Cassius. In fact, I didn't even look at his rules last time. So he's got a 3 up ballistic skill, 2 up weapon skill, which is very good. Strength for shooting is 4. Strength in close combat is 4. Attacks in close combat is 4. Toughness 4. 3 up save, 5 wounds. Oh, so he's only got 1 wound. That's a bit not so good. 5-inch movements, 6-inch movements. So that's all very good. I like how they're doing this. They're making it as simple as possible so people can learn the game as easy and as quick as possible. Strength and toughness. Oh, so it's introducing the strength and toughness chart. I don't think we've seen this previously, have we, guys? That's very good. So as we know, if the strength is equal to the toughness, it's 4 up to wound. If the strength is greater than the toughness, it's a 3 up to wound. If the strength is twice or more than the toughness, it's 2 up to wound. I love this new chart. I think it's a lot easier to understand than the previous editions. So that's one thumbs up by me towards Games Workshop for doing that and changing that. It makes things a lot easier when playing. Variable strengths, burn the bomb, a bit more. Oh, are these extra missions, are they? Yeah, I think they are. The Plague Sprayer. The Plague Sprayer automatically hits, so it's a flame weapon. Roll 2d6 to find out the strength first, so that's very good. Then roll a d6 to see how many hits you score on the target. You then roll to wound on the 2 wound chart, right? Enemies save on a 6+. Enemies saves on a 6+. Each wound does d3 damage. So it's a decent little weapon there, isn't it? Does it say the range of the weapon? I don't think it mentions it in this. Can't see it over there anyway. No, I can't see the range. I'll have to go to I've got the codex here, so I can go to that and have a look. But unfortunately, if you've not got the codex, you won't know unless you Google it. And then we've got a different mission here. Extra rules here. Does it tell you the range on this one? Unholy Death Head. These filth-filled grenades are crafted from the withered and rotten heads of the fallen enemy. Ugh, that's disgusting, isn't it? Once per battle, a foul Blightspawn, see I told you once per battle, or another friendly model within 3 inches of him can throw an Unholy Death Head grenade instead of their own Blight grenade or Hyper Blight grenade. When doing so, roll 2d6 attacks instead of 1d6. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? That can clear some infantry out of the way if they're trying to charge at you or whatever. Revolting Stench. The stench of the foul Blightspawn is powerful enough to halt advance of his enemy. Now this is a great special rule. So, enemy units that charge and are within 7 inches of this model at the start of the fighting phase are stopped in their tracks. Units affected by this ability do not fight first in the fight phase, but can be chosen to fight like other units that didn't charge. So basically, if I was using my Space Wolves and I charged him, the Space Wolves would have to fight last, which gives him a chance and his unit that he's within a chance to fight first and kill my Space Wolves, which is very good. Sergeants, what rules do they get? Space Marine squads are tightly organised, with each squad led by an experienced sergeant. One model in each of your units is a sergeant. Sergeants always get 1 extra attack in close combat. Previous players will already know this, but if you're new to the game, then you might not have known that. But yeah, sergeants get an extra attack in close combat, and if they have a chainsword as well, they get another attack, which is even better. But I don't think Ultramarines can have chainswords; they have power swords. Anyway, I'm going off on the tangents. So, as always, subscribe, get your guidance from your local Games Workshop or your local friendly store. They mostly offer discounts, which is great. Warhammer Community is a great website, There's many Facebook groups out there, guys. I would advise anyone to join them. Oh, now that we mention it, I've got a Facebook group, Peninsula Hobby and Chill. If you want to join, come over, join, let me know what you're working on, let the other members know what you're working on. We can all help each other out, advise each other. It's great. What do we get next week? We get some containers. Now this will be the first set of terrain in this series, in this subscription base magazine. Now I am really looking forward to getting this because I have zero terrain. I've never been one for terrain, but since being a part of the community, the social media community, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, I see all these great terrain pieces online, and it's wanted me to get involved in it a bit more now. So I can't wait to get this. And then the following week, we've got a large dry brush, which I've never ever owned a Games Workshop dry brush. And I'm quite intrigued to know what this one's like. I really want to know. So I'm guessing, as we can see on this picture, they are going to introduce the dry brushing method onto our Primarch Space Marines to give it a highlight, and they're giving us Mechanicus Standard Grey as well. Would have thought to use that to dry brush and highlight Ultramarines, but we'll have to wait and see and see what they suggest next week. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Don't forget my competition. It runs out next Monday, so if you're watching this in the future, ignore what I've just said, and I'll see you later. Nice one, guys. Try.